Oh no, so many choices. Should I pick this one over this one or that one over that one? Do I look like I'm about to make a life-altering choice here? Well, not really, but because I'll be parting with my hard-earned money, I might as well make the best decision. Well, even tasks as simple as buying the best computer to suit your needs can be mind-boggling. It's just like buying your first car or choosing the best school or saying yes to that suitor. And when you make the wrong move, well, it's just too bad. This is Daphne Osena. If you haven't noticed yet, I am back, and I'm going to be guiding you to help you scout around for the best personal computer, especially for you.
This will be an everlasting love. This will be.
There are varied reasons why one buys a personal computer or a PC. It also depends on your role or your status in life. But let's talk basics. If I'm going to buy a computer, first, let me count the why. If you are a student, you would need a PC for your reports, thesis, and other papers. If you are a gamer or an artist more interested in your artistic pursuits, your PC must be of help in your concerns. Be sure that functionality of your PC is your main focus. Sometimes it helps to ask for other people's experiences when they bought their PCs.
First, I was browsing around the newspapers and I was checking out the best prices around. So I eventually chose a shop in Green Hills, which offers reasonably priced computers with good performance.
The main purpose for me in getting a computer was for school, of course, to do reports since I was fresh out of high school and going into college. So I had to get a nice computer for myself. And also at the same time, I wanted to get a unit which would allow me to play games if ever need be. So the versatility factor was very important for me.
Yung first time ako nagkaroon ng PC that was around 5 years ago. I was college first year then, tapos wala akong masyadong alam. So basically, ginawa ko, nagpatulong na lang ako sa friend ko. Tapos nagbasa-basa ako ng mga computer magazine. So, doon, based on that information na nakuha ko, bumili lang ako ng PC. Nabili ko siya for around 43,000. Actually, mahal siya, no? Pero that was like, mura na for the time.
After answering the why, where do you buy your PC? Again, you may ask around computer shops, malls, and research. When dealing with a computer salesman, don't let him talk you into buying a computer that you don't really need nor understand the least. He may use some words or computer lingo that you've never heard of before, so better brush up on the basics of the language of computers.
Well, you'll know if you're talking to a good salesperson if he explains everything in detail and gives not only the strong points but the weak points as well of every unit. And if a salesperson tells you the good and the bad, then you'll know he's a good salesperson.
You should look for a salesperson who's really knowledgeable on the product, someone who will not hard sell to you, who won't sell you a box and then the next day leave you alone to dry. And also canvas. Go to other computer stores, ask exactly the same question, and you'll see by then who has the most knowledge.
Sabihin mo sa kanila kung anong gagawin mo sa PC mo, like what's the basic thing you're going to do, its purpose. So malaman ng seller kung ano yung i-recommend nila sa'yo. Kasi for example, if you're going to use it for type lang, tas a little internet, walang games, so siguro you could settle for the low end. But if you're going to be, a power gamer, meaning kailangan mo ng maraming system requirement, a lot of memory, a lot of speed, sabihin mo sa kanila para they would recommend you mga system na higher speeds.
Let's talk computer basics. CPU, or the central processing unit, is the brain of the personal computer. Hard drive does not have anything to do with driving. It is the storage device that records whatever you input into the computer. Keyboard is where you punch the letters and keys to interact with your PC. Monitor is a TV-like screen in front of you, the user. It may be colored or gray. Mouse is another tool to interact with your PC. They come in various sizes, shapes, looks, and textures. Hardware is something tangible. You can touch it and you can feel it. Software refers to the programs that you use as you command your PC. If you're an artist, an architect, or an interior designer, make sure you have a graphics accelerator. It speeds up downloading time.
With the advent of computers, life has become more exciting. People now have the chance to interact with other people, even if they're thousands of miles apart, and we owe this interconnectivity to the internet.
Prepaid internet providers have mushroomed, so you will not have problems getting connected to the internet.
A cable modem is provided by usually just the cable TV operators, the Sky Cable and Destiny. I personally use a Destiny cable connection. It runs through a cable just like the ones you plug in the back of your TV that plugs into a modem. So the internet runs through that, the internet connection runs through that, and it goes to your computer, and another cable goes to your TV, so you can have both the internet and cable TV at the same time.
The first lesson in using your computer correctly is to get acquainted with the on and off switch that supplies power to your unit. And please, your computer is a very sensitive machine, so don't subject it to horrifying incidents that commonly happen to computer newbies. Having a personal computer, desktop, or a laptop is a form of investment. And as you ponder on your financial limitations, learn a few tricks on getting your money's worth from the experts.
Well, if you're budget conscious, like me, the most important thing is don't get the latest computer because for some reason it's extremely expensive. Always get the model before that because the prices are like half of what it used to be. At the same time, the speed is probably all you need. Something a little bit older, like 6 months old, is good enough. So you'll be able to save a lot of money by doing that.
Well, looking for your computer, your first question to yourself would always be, why will you be getting one? What's the purpose in getting a computer? I think everything falls into place with that question already. If you want to go into games, then you have to get a computer which is into games, of course. The speed, the memory, especially the video is very important. But if you just want a basic word processing unit, you don't have to get to the top of the line, right? Because you know naman, if you get the top of the line now, a month or less, something new is going to come out. So the question is, are you willing to invest so much and only use it, like 50% of the time? So I think that's the lesson.
Kung bibili ka is tell the salesperson what you really need. So makakapagbigay siya ng recommendation na magsusuit sa gagawin mo. Saka a good thing is to buy from us like us, ganun, reputable store na hindi siya fly by night. Kasi importante din kasi yung service eh. Kasi God knows baka masira bigla. Kung fly by night lang siya, who's going to help you, di ba?
Before you walk into a computer store, write down a list of items that you basically need. Just like when you're drawing up qualities of your ideal man, you can actually draw up your own ideal PC.
I initially did my canvassing, of course, to check what particular brand. I also canvassed for parts. And of course, we know that a branded computer is more expensive than a clone computer. So those were my options. If I wanted to get a branded computer at a much higher price, or get a clone computer at a much cheaper price, but then it's clone. So those were my options. So in the end, I eventually got a clone computer since basically the same thing. It's a computer, one way or the other.
Allot a budget or a maximum amount for your computer. And here's a word of caution though. If you want top of the line, Be aware that it's going to cost a lot more money and that most likely an upgrade will come out a few months later.
As you know, computer technology changes and updates rapidly. So if your computer doesn't have the option to upgrade or update whatever systems that you have, then it's not a good buy. So that's one thing to look out for also.
Don't buy the first thing that you see. Get all the information about the system that you're interested in and do a little price comparison. Even if you buy in a mall or have one assembled by your best buddy, the most logical thing to do before actually buying is to canvass and compare costs. You may also browse the newspapers, magazines, and advertisements to compare. Should one buy branded computers, or would buying clones have its good points?
Personally, I use a clone. It performs well for me. I don't think there's a problem with using clones. So if you want to save money and that you still want the performance, then get a good clone. Yeah, instead of the branded ones. But if you can afford branded ones, of course, they perform better. Well, some of the parts kasi tend to break down faster than the original. And the support that you get. If you get an original computer, your warranty is really fantastic. They go to your house and they repair the computer for you. There's a good support for original PCs. IBM is still the biggest name in computers now. Then, of course, Compaq, which just recently merged with Hewlett-Packard. They have good computers as well. If you're one who's always on the go, then a laptop would be more for you. But if you're one who just stays put in office, then a desktop would be fine. Laptops tend to be more expensive and the computing power is a little less. Desktops tend to be able to have like the graphics accelerators and laptops still don't have that.
To sum up what the experts say, here are my suggestions. He says, take with you a copy of the specifications of your ideal computer when you visit the computer stores. This will be your basis of comparison and to keep you on target with your requirements. Do not buy the first computer that you see. Gather all of the information that you can and compare prices and components. Take some time to learn the terminology so you can ask intelligent questions. Take a refresher course to help you maximize your unit's capability. Computers can be very frustrating, especially if this is your first one.